The secret to getting results that last is to never stop making improvements. That's the power of atomic habits. Tiny changes, remarkable results. Not using my phone as an alarm is such a game changer. If you wake up and don't have the option to immediately start scrolling, then you just won't. It is easily the most simple tweak you can make, and the night before I usually put my phone in a random drawer or under a blanket, like somewhere slightly different each time. So right when I wake up, I don't even really know where it is. If I did have the urge to get on Instagram, but typically out of sight equals out of mind for my 5 a.m. brain. If you're new around here, hey, welcome. My name's Maggie and I love to travel. I'm completely and totally obsessed with CrossFit and Taylor Swift. I'm a wife, a dog mom, and a fourth year medical student. You know, 2023 was really good to me. I successfully completed my 3rd year of medical school. I passed step 1 without losing any of my dedicated, went to Australia for a month, and my little side hustle officially became a full-on 6-figure business. But hear me when I say 2024 will be the year for me. I am going to achieve all of my goals and more. I can feel it in my bones. But I am not going to get there by making this my workaholic era. 2024 is my cozy productivity era. So grab a matcha, get cozy, and let's cover 6 more ways I'm leveling up my morning routine in 2024. Alright, I don't know if anyone else does this, but in the mornings, whether you're watching TV or studying at your desk, whatever it is you're doing, you finally stop that thing and finally get up to get ready to actually leave the house like 2 minutes before you need to leave. And in those 2 minutes, you try to fit in like a quick breakfast, getting dressed, finding your laptop, and 5 other things. Yeah, I'm notorious for that on a chaotic morning. So I started getting dressed right when I get up, so I'm not doing it like 5 minutes after I should have left for school and be backing out of the driveway. My first time trying matcha was literally like 3 months ago, and they're so delicious. I decided to add this to my routine. While I never start my day right off the bat with caffeine, since the day that I read the book Make Time and they explained why you should wait at least 90 minutes, I stopped doing that. You can Google it. There will be a good article that will explain it better than me, but there's like a scientific reason to wait at least 90 minutes for caffeine. So I haven't been having caffeine right away since I've woken up for a long time, but now recently I've added matcha to my morning routine just because it's warm and cozy, and sometimes the daily high is 0 degrees here in the winter in Colorado. As if she would let me feed her any other time of the day because she is so persistent. But this is a good part of my morning routine just because our house has a lot of stairs and her little feeding area is downstairs. So it's just another set of stairs for me to be running up and down in the morning to continue to wake myself up those first handful of minutes where my brain is just dreaming of being back in bed and laying down and not being awake. The stairs are a really good, helpful tool to wake me up as the first few minutes go on. If you've ever read the book Atomic Habits, then they talk about a keystone habit, and this one for me is a new habit in 2024 that is one of my keystone habits. My full focus planner is becoming my best friend. I am kind of like committing to filling this out, at least for my weekly review, every single Sunday. Day to day, I'm like if I do it, great. If I don't, it's no biggie. But like literally for 52 Sundays, every single Sunday in 2024, I'm going to do a weekly review in this planner, and it's perfectly set up to review the previous week, what went well, what didn't, what should you keep, what should you start, what should you improve kind of things, how did you do on your weekly goals, and then it has you go through and plan your weekly big 3 for the upcoming week. And this is just a really great way for me to just constantly keep in mind what my 2024 goals are, to chunk them down into smaller goals, like monthly goals, and then to chunk that even further into the result of every single day. The tasks that I choose are intentionally planned to get me closer to my yearly goals. So it's going from a goal feeling like Mount Everest to I'm just breaking it down into a daily task for the day, and then weekly tasks, and then monthly tasks, and bam, in 2024, I'm gonna crush all my goddamn goals. So 2023 me would always come to my desk, sit down, put my headphones on, and tackle the most important task of the day or the hardest task of the day. And this is why I love 5 a.m. morning routines, because there's nothing more satisfying to me than by 8 a.m. having like your biggest, hardest, or most important task of the day done. It truly is just the best to me. But 2024 me has now added in tracking my time for this first task of the day. And my goal with my business is for me to live by Tim Ferriss's 4-hour work week book, or the 4-hour work week, whatever it's called. And the way for me to get to that point is to, one, know how many hours a week I'm actually working on my business, and two, reviewing that data and seeing how I can be more efficient, like where my time is going in each category, and just like totally nerding out. But also like study wise, I wanna, like in a 5-hour period, do I actually study for 5 hours? Like you're only really gonna know how much you actually study in that period if you track your time and you're pausing it anytime you get distracted or you take a little break, etc. So you'll have to let me know in the comments if you would like me to do a video on time tracking, because you guys actually seem pretty interested in Instagram, and I felt like I was like totally nerding out, and maybe you guys think it's boring, but if you're interested, I am so nerding out with the whole time tracking thing, and I would be happy to share more. This one might not seem very important, but since I have a spouse that doesn't wake up at 5 a.m., I don't have a bed to make like all the other people making 5 a.m. videos. Like it's all like, oh, I start my day by making the bed. I can't do that. So I guess this is my kind of like version of making the bed. Like a tidy and unorganized and dirty space is just not okay. I am in my clean and organized era, and I have been since last fall, and leaving my desk a mess, which it's okay to become a mess when you're like in the zone working, but when you leave, you need to clean your desk, just like making your bed first thing, which I would totally do if George Woods and Oakley weren't still sleeping. So this is my little part of my routine that's synonymous to me with making my bed every morning. And this is the result of those 7 habits. I come downstairs and I grab my lunchbox, which is already packed. That's a whole nother story for another time, my night routine, so that I just walk up to the fridge, pull out my stuff, pack my bag, and casually, instead of chaotically, walk into my car and drive to class. So I successfully had a nice, cozy, productive morning. If you're bubbling with motivation, I highly recommend watching my time blocking video next. It is one of my oldest keystone habits, and I wouldn't be nearly as successful without it. So it's definitely a must watch. Hope you love it. Thanks for supporting my channel, and can't wait to see you in the next one.